What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Maximus Keyes back with a brand new episode of Genre Evolution, episode 7, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting so close to episode 10. I'm glad to see you guys, glad to see how you guys are doing on this wonderful Friday. And you know what we got to do before the video starts. Please like, subscribe, share, favorite, and send this video out to whoever you know. And do not forget to check out some more videos on this channel of my band KOM. We've got a lot of stuff coming up very soon that I'm going to mention at the end of the video. But other than that, let's get right to it. So as you guys can see by this title, this episode of Genre Evolution is called What is Underground? Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of us, or maybe some other average people, have probably heard of the word underground and probably had speculations or views of what they thought of the word. They probably thought it meant non-popular. And some people actually think that it means independent, but I'm here to explain what underground is and how it has helped impact the music industry as a whole in its own category. So pretty much, for me to describe the word underground, underground is not exactly a genre, but it's more of a status. And that status is pretty much describing your type of fan base. The fan base pretty much consisting of an occult following. Now, an occult following does not exactly mean a less amount of fans over here or a less amount of fans over there, but it's more of a constructive support system in the music industry. And that specific occult following is going to support you regardless if they like your music, of course. But in the mainstream category, it's a bit different. So the difference between the mainstream and the underground for this specific example is that when you're out in the mainstream, yeah, you're gonna have millions of fans, you're gonna have a lot of people who support you, and you're gonna have a lot of people who love your music, of course, but that support system can run out the door in 2 minutes and you probably won't even know it. Now, part of the reason why that sort of support system will run out more than the occult following over here with the underground status will is because a lot of things in the mainstream can turn out to be corporate. Not everything, but a lot of things that is in the mainstream music part of the industry can seem a little bit more corporate than underground. With underground, you're gonna see the most rawest, the most grittiest, the most passionate that you'll probably ever see an artist, depending on what genre they are or what they're about. But sometimes when it comes to the corporate status, it can definitely take a different shift or a different turn. You're more distracted easily, you're more prone to not become a fan of this person for specific reasons. Maybe their music sounds too repetitive, maybe they don't go out into the limelight and try to diversify their sound, which is what a lot of artists are lacking today in the mainstream category. From 2017 to pretty much 2020, or in between those times, we've had a lot of artists who pretty much fell off in the music industry that are either just posting on Instagram and just, you know, having fun and wilding out, or not doing anything, or just not posting at all. And then you'll see some performing at little mini bars, but not exactly knowing what their marketing structure is. Now that I brought that up, I just want to make sure that I let everybody know, if you've gotten this far to the video, underground does not always mean independent. I'll explain. When you're independent, usually that is implying that everything that you do is self-funded. Whether you're a part of an independent record label that pretty much helps come up with the funds to help you release your music or your merchandise or anything that your fans are really pretty much just looking for, or if you understand your own type of marketing strategy, which is what a lot of different independent artists know how to do because they're still eating today. And even then, there are a lot of different independent artists who are in the mainstream category right now currently, who runs their own, who owns their own, who pretty much knows how to pretty much just relate to their fan base. Underground is just implying that you have a mystique fan base, a mystique type of fan base that are willing to listen to your music all the time, but who are the most brutally honest people in the world, if we're gonna be all the way real. Because I know you probably have a friend that listens to a song but only likes it because it's their favorite artist, but they really don't like it. They just lie and say, oh no, this is a great song, this is a great song. But when it comes to a lot of underground people, they know what they like, when things turn too corporate, there's hardly any type of, well, I'm not gonna say originality, just because nothing in this world is original. Nothing in this world was ever original, but I'm more of just gonna say re-innovation, consistency, going out your way to do more. Now I get it, some artists will do certain things in the music industry or in the mainstream music industry, somewhat in the corporate status, and they'll just keep doing what they've been doing, specifically because it works. And I get it, you don't want to fix anything that is not broken. But if you keep going and going and going in the same pace, something is eventually going to break. Like for instance, today we have different artists, female artists in the music industry, who are pretty much at this point being over-sexualized in a certain type of way. We have people like Nicki Minaj.
Come on. Slick, drop the top like nip slips. So he tryna smash like when the whip flips. I hit licks just to floss with this wrist. And when I leave my bitches, we all say kiss.
Megan Thee Stallion.
In the car, I got them swerving and breaking the law. Leaves with no tennis, so nobody saw. Ain't nobody creep like me, huh? Yeah, what you need like me, huh? Ain't nobody got up on their tiptoes and roll to the tip like me, huh?
Swati or Sweetie. I'm sorry, I don't know her name by heart, or how to pronounce it by heart.
All these basic hoes pissed.
Messy hoes like to pop shit. You the type that's fucking for the rent. All on another nigga dick. Here ain't none with the edge.
Lizzo. We have all these different people who have done something to get their way to the top, but then again, there's nothing that could break you out of that corporate mold. I talked to one of my sisters today, you know, from KOM, Mackenzie. She's the lead singer and guitarist, rhythm guitarist to be exact. Thank you. Pretty much, I spoke to her about how I feel that there's a lot of females, or let alone black females, in the music industry who are being over-sexualized and being portrayed as the black woman stereotype. Well, we see that all the time. We see that with the different music videos and the different pictures, or if you still buy magazines, or if you look at like Instagram pages, I mean, you'll find that mostly almost everywhere. But here's the issue. Is that going to make you eat forever? And eventually somebody's going to get bored. Now with the underground, I'm not going to say no one gets bored, because everyone gets bored of something. But there's a more fandom loyalty that is involved with the whole fan base status. Now let me just keep in mind, I am not saying that there aren't people in the mainstream who don't break out the mold. There's a lot of people who do break out the mold, as well as the underground people. But what I am saying is that there's a more constructive mindset with the occult following, because they're gonna have a more controlled mindset that they know how to control themselves. Usually with a lot of people, not everybody, but with a lot of people who are part of the corporate side of things, the issue is that it's more of a mind control thing, I feel, when they put out this new artist and then they're like, oh, this is pretty cool. Not saying that no one thinks for themselves, but everything is sounding the same. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? Now, there are people from the underground who ended up becoming somewhat mainstream, or being seen in the mainstream limelight. People like Metallica, Tech Nine, and Slayer, but they stuck to their own agenda. They weren't trying to change up their sound. They were trying to stay in their own lane, but still being known by the masses, and that's great. The underground has helped impact the music industry in so many different ways by showing the different sides of the music spectrum and how it could shift and mold, and how there's different selections to choose from over here, or different selections to choose from over here. And if it wasn't for the occult following, a lot of things in the music industry would have fell through, and there probably wouldn't be much to choose from over here or over there. Heck, your favorite artist probably would have never been discovered if they didn't have that little support system over here, or this big underground support system over there, and end up rising through the masses. Thank you very much to everyone who watched this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, subscribe, favorite. Don't forget to share this video to anybody that you know. And I told you guys that I'd let you know what was going on with my band KOM at the end of this video. So here we go. Because of coronavirus, a lot of our gigs have been canceled, and we're pretty much just trying to pre-plan some gigs before the year is freaking over, because so far we did a few gigs at the beginning of this year, but a lot of gigs fell through because of coronavirus. So because of that, every single Saturday, we're going to be going live at 1 p.m. performing a little mini concert of our different selections, our favorite selections, and we're going to be playing some of our original tracks. And we're going to be going live on Instagram, but we're going to be uploading it to different internet platforms such as Facebook and YouTube. And we're also going to be posting some clips on Twitter. And all of our social media platforms is at KOM Music. You guys can check it out at the link below, or just follow what I said. Either way it works. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. Wash your hands, and peace to all of you.